Hi, welcome back. Or if you're just joining, my name is Maya, and welcome to my channel, Cranleyplace, where I'm focused on Hermès scarf style, inspiration, and more. Before we get started, let me give a shout out to all the channel members, and special welcome to the knot connoisseurs and elegant insiders. I appreciate your ongoing support. If you haven't seen the membership options, please do check them out. In this video, I'll review a 65 centimeter cashmere bandana from Hermès' Spring-Summer 2026 men's collection called Neo Brandebourgs Bandana Frange by Caty Latham and Daiske Nomura. We'll take a look at the artist's background, the design, inspiration, and visual architecture, and then a collector's ranking of the available colorways and why. Let's get started. Today we're looking at a design collab across time between Caty Latham and Daiske Nomura. And this is one of those scarves where the lineage matters enormously. The story begins with Brandebourgs, designed by Caty Latham and first issued in 1972. Latham drew inspiration from the remarkable Émile Hermès collection, specifically the drawings and decorative elements found in historical military uniforms. The term Brandebourg refers to the ornamental braided fastenings and frogging often seen on ceremonial military jackets, such as cords, loops, tassels, and richly decorative closures. In Latham's original design, those details became something unmistakably Hermès. But rather than reading this as military history alone, the ornament transformed into rhythm and decoration, highly formal, highly graphic, and deeply rooted in the house's fascination with craftsmanship and historical objects. And that original has had extraordinary longevity. Over the decades, this design has appeared in numerous formats and interpretations, becoming one of those enduring Hermès themes that collectors immediately recognize. But what makes this version particularly interesting is the second voice involved, Daiske Nomura. And here we arrive at an interesting juxtaposition, because Nomura, at his core, tends toward the more experimental and subversive side of the Hermès spectrum. His work often embraces graphic disruption, contemporary edge, unexpected visual tension, and a willingness to reinterpret heritage codes rather than simply preserve them. We saw that especially clearly in the Spring-Summer 2024 men's collection when he introduced Neo Brandebourgs in a larger cashmere format. So what we have here is not a simple reissue. It is a conversation in bandana format between Latham's formal 1970s classic and Nomura's modern sensibility. And that tension is precisely what makes the design compelling. Visually, Neo Brandebourgs remains unmistakably rooted in the original. The military references are still present: the braided cords, ornamental loops, tassel-like structures, and rhythmic decorative hardware, but Nomura changes how we experience them. The original version carries a certain ceremonial elegance. This version feels sharper, more graphic, more distilled, and the most obvious transformation comes through the bandana treatment. Rather than preserving the fully classical atmosphere of the 1972 carré, this one overlays the language of bandana printing, simplified contrast, and contemporary framing, and that shift changes the emotional tone completely. The design suddenly feels less ceremonial and more urban, almost street-informed, and that's where Nomura's personality enters. Rather than dismantling Latham's vocabulary, he reframes it. You still recognize the braided ornament, the decorative discipline, and the historical reference, but the mood is different. There's less nostalgia and more immediacy. Structurally, this is an extremely successful composition. Unlike narrative scarves that rely on scene building, this design works through repetition and rhythm. The cords and decorative elements create directional movement, layered geometry, and alternating areas of density and openness, and that matters enormously when worn. Because this is a 65 centimeter with fringe, not a traditional silk twill. The softer material and hand-fringed finish introduce informality, and the design responds beautifully to that. When folded, fragments of the braid emerge. Loops create movement, and borders appear and disappear. Rather than losing coherence, however, the scarf becomes more graphic. This is one of those rare designs where fragmentation improves the experience. You do not need to preserve the whole composition. The language survives in pieces, and that quality makes it extremely wearable. What is especially interesting here is Nomura's restraint. We often think of him as an artist who pushes toward the unexpected. But Neo Brandebourgs shows another side of his practice. He modernizes without erasing, introduces tension without disrespecting the archive. And that is actually a very sophisticated form of reinterpretation. This is not rebellion against heritage. It is heritage translated into a contemporary visual dialect. There are currently at least 5 colorways to be found online, starting with the Craft, Blanc, and Caramel, the strongest collector choice. Warm, refined, and quietly luxurious in mood, in daylight this shows excellent tonal definition, while indoors the Caramel deepens beautifully. Collector appeal for this one should be extremely high. With its timeless, modern, classic style, this palette feels perfectly aligned with both the military heritage of Brandebourgs and the softness of the cashmere format. This one evokes leather, saddle tones, and archival elegance. And because the palette is tonal, the braid motifs read beautifully when folded. This would be my strongest collector recommendation. Next, the Méditerranée, Blanc, and Mandarine, the most dynamic of the set. Fresh, graphic, and energetic in mood, in daylight this reads with high contrast and exceptional clarity, while indoors the Mandarine warms the composition. I expect collector appeal for this one to also be very strong. With its contemporary Hermès style, this version emphasizes Nomura's modernity. The Mediterranean blue creates crisp definition and gives the scarf remarkable visual presence. Then we have the Azur, Blanc, and Mandarine, the most luminous colorway. Bright, optimistic, and relaxed in mood, in daylight this feels extremely fresh and legible, while indoors it slightly softens into contrasts. This should have broad collector appeal with its youthful elegance. It feels lighter and more seasonal than the Méditerranée version. Beautiful, highly wearable. Then we have the Orange, Blanc, Citron, the boldest statement colorway. Vibrant, expressive, and exuberant in mood, in daylight this has maximum impact, while indoor lighting shows off its rich saturation and warmth. Collector appeal for this one I expect to be more niche. With its youthful and daring style, this version prioritizes energy over timelessness. Wonderful for collectors who enjoy strong color, though perhaps this one is the least versatile in the long term. What makes Neo Brandebourgs in a bandana format so interesting is that it isn't merely a reissue. It is a negotiation between eras. Caty Latham's original gives us historical ornament, military elegance, and archival depth, while Daiske Nomura gives us reduction, modernity, and contemporary rhythm. And somewhere between those two voices, the design becomes something new. Still recognizably Brandebourgs, but now speaking a different language. So there you have it, more on this design from Hermès' Spring-Summer 2026 collection. Please like and share the video if you enjoyed it, and let me know what you think in the comments. In future episodes, I'll share other scarf reviews, inspiration, and more, so be sure to hit that subscribe button to be notified of new videos. Thanks again for joining me today. Until next time!